All right. Way to start off the week on a Tuesday. Happy time zones, fam. I hope you guys are doing great. I hope your week is off to a good start. DC, what's good, my guy? Phil, what's shaking, big dog? DC, I'm sorry for your loss. But if nothing else, once I woke up, it was, you know, it was already too late, but it was, it was a kind of entertaining game, you know? Yeah, albeit at Minnesota's expense. So sorry, my guy. Philly! Sup, hombre? I got you, dog.
Give me a hell yeah!
Fuck yeah. We're a little congested, but we're here. Not me, the game servers. Crack this jug. Also, I had been back and forth with a company, exchanging emails. I guess not necessarily like gaming related, but I don't know if you just want to like kind of cornball, call it like on brand for me. It's no it should come as no surprise to anybody how much I enjoy coffee. Love coffee, always have. But I was sent a roaster, so I will be starting to roast my own beans. I'm very much looking forward to that. You know, I was big into brewing beer back in the day. I have all the love and appreciation for what goes into brewing a batch of beer because it is a lot. But I'm very, very excited to roast my own coffee now. So I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be a good thing. I had exchanged an email. The name, it's MAGOMAGA, and it's the last four. Like, I personally don't give a shit, like any which way, but it's like the last four letters there. I want to like just, you know, like respectfully be like, hey man, like, because we had been talking and they're just now getting into like the Italian market. And so they sent it over this way. And I just want to be like, hey man, like again, like I personally don't give a shit, but maybe want to consider maybe kind of just altering the name there, just because, you know, some people are rubbed the wrong way. You ever gonna have to advertise a charity to just get it for free without having to sell out? The latter portion of that question, yes. They still have not officially launched their North American shop. I don't know. It's still here. We're just still chilling with it. Like, yeah, I don't know. I'm not like constantly, but I would say every couple of weeks, I'll check in and they're like, we're still making preparations to launch, you know, our North American site. And it's like, all right, you know, sure thing, man. Like, I told you guys, just, you know, let me know. I mean, it's been, what, a couple of months? This thing's, it's good. It took me some getting used to, for sure. Posture-wise. Like I had said before initially, Brim, what's good? Grumpy, what's shaking, my man? Sorry, I've just been talky. What's new? I do think myself, you know, I'm 6 foot. I weigh about 210 lbs's. I would say that this chair, as comfy as it is, if there were like a version for larger people, I guess you could say, it's not like it's inherently like small, but I feel like for maybe medium husky and larger, there could be a different model, a bigger model, which they did say that they were working on. So, you know, I guess I'll wait until that happens, maybe. No idea. But yeah, yeah, excited to start roasting my own coffee beans. So that's big hype. It's not something that I'm gonna like roast and like start selling. No, it's not. No, but like once I get it, I feel once like I get it dialed in, you know, if anybody's interested, man, you know, free of charge. Like I'm not gonna fucking charge you guys for. If you guys want me to roast some beans and send it your way, or I can grind it up for you, whatever. They usually say after the roast to wait anywhere between like 3 and 7 days, just because after you roasted the beans continue to like produce gas. I'm looking forward to that. So anyways, I hope you guys are good. Yeah, I spent some quality time admiring the inside of my eyelids last night, so that's why we weren't on. Watched Kung Fu Panda 2. That was a great time. No, that's gonna be for Beastman. Kung Fu Panda 2, incredible. Fucking super duper good. Youngblood loved it. I loved it. Mrs. Neo's just like, oh, okay. Good evening, Rhea. How are you? Yeah, Rhea, I'm looking forward to it, bud. You let me know. I'll send some your way for sure. I went through this company called Coffee Bean Corral, and I ordered 3 pounds for the low price of like with shipping, it was like $30 or something like that. But a couple different kinds, so, you know, I'm gonna, again, just try and get it dialed in the best I can. I can roast about half a pound in like 12 to 15 minutes, something like that. So that should be neato. I'm psyched on it. You know, it's the little things, man. I'd never say no to good beans. I've been making do with whatever is cheapest. Well, like I said, once I get it, I don't know where I'm going. Sorry. Oh, I gotta go up the hill. Once I get everything squared away, once ever I get everything dialed in, and I know I'm not sending you a shitty batch of coffee, there is, in my opinion, nothing better than free coffee. You know? That is by far and away the cheapest coffee you can get is free coffee. You know, so. I will most certainly keep you posted. That armadillo would ruin my day, I'm sure of it. No, it's not red, so I might be able to not die from it. Kill you till you die. But yeah, we also, like I had said in Discord, we have the voting up for anime nights. Friday, Saturday. So if you're within the Discord, you know, you're more than welcome to cast your vote on what we watch next. If I'm not mistaken, Gundam Seed is leading the way, just by a scotch. But you know, even if you don't vote, if you don't feel like voting, and you just feel like popping in while we're in there watching anime, dude, like everybody's more than welcome. Wardle, what's up, bud? Yeah, like I am. I'm very excited on that. Looking forward to it. I hope you're doing good. All pleasant. Then let us proceed. Owing to the threat of the tower, the city is currently in a state of high alert, and strict restrictions are in place for entry. Though you have been granted special permission, I ask that you remain close to me at all times. Frontrunners are Seed, Wing, and is it pronounced Escaflowne? Or am I just completely annihilating that? Yeah, same here, Mortal. Big time psyched.
A vast rock squats upon Favnir, and to its stony surface clings the city of Rads at Han. Ye who enter here are subject to the scrutiny of gods, the gate's most watchful eye. The orb which beholdeth the truth of all things.
You and Dan picking on me for being a normie.
Piercing gay, bearing down like the second midday sun. The fragrant haze, a mixture of sweet incense and acrid smoke, The cries of merchants mingled here with lively melodies accented by dancers' feet. Travelers seduced by vivid sound and colors were once swallowed up by patchwork streets.
Radatan. I didn't even put your... I know, I noticed. Thank you very much. But now I'm inclined to ask, for getting picked on...
No such scenes to savor now. To what somber present does that divine eye bear witness?
Emmett Selk is way more important.
Here we are. Megaduta.
Megaduta? Hey, Unknown, how are you? Okay, so yeah, like, obviously, I know I'm a fucking normie, dude. I don't give a shit. It is what it is. I'm almost 40. I haven't watched a ton of anime in my life, so here we are, right? But now, like, after getting attacked viciously by people I thought were my friends, what did you start with? Like, anime-wise? I'm sure that you and Dan and the other anime lords out there, the cultured individuals that you are, probably started with something very unknown, right? I'm sure. It has to be, right? Edge Runners? I don't know what Edge Runners is. That should come as a shock to nobody. Unknown, how are you, man? La Blue Girl? Yeah, again, shocker. Shouldn't be a shock. I don't know. First anime I watched, started Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Dragon Ball Z. Right on. That sounds like me. Pokemon, for sure. Dragon Ball. Those are fine starting points. That's not the issue. Well, then what is the issue, you critical asshole? Don't Google that in public. Oh, yeah, is it some culture? Started back with Sailor Moon. Right on. Craig, what's up, dude? The original FMA and DBZ. Yeah, I honestly thought, I think I started with Pokemon, you know, obviously the cartoon, and then it was like whatever was on Toonami, so like DBZ. And I think there was, you know, some Sailor Moon sprinkled in there. Everyone's seen them. They are two of the most popular anime of all time. Yeah, but see, you as somebody that consumes anime a ton, like, it may be two of the most popular anime ever to you and people that widely consume anime. Not to somebody like me who was already branded a normie, right? So, I don't know if it's any good. What, I just gotta go, like, fucking court of public opinion? I can't, like, make my own, like, opinion on it? Clearly that's a problem to you, fucking cultured, sitting atop of Mount Olympus, friggin', ugh. You're a normie. You suggested some shit anime. FMA and Demon Slayer are well beyond the anime niche. But to me, anime is a niche. Like, not so much now, but like growing up, I didn't watch any of it. It was a niche. That's why they are normie. Yeah, but again, like you, Phil, in particular, consume a considerable amount more anime than I do. And you have. So, like, to me, it's, I don't know if it's normie or not, you know? Does it make it normie, like, if you can buy one of their shirts at Target or something? Is that what it is? So, because, like, so that's like, normie anime, and if you like that, you're like, I'm trying to, like, think of another, like, comparison. You're like a noob, right? Not like or you're like a, I can't think of like the word that we used to use back in like middle school, high school. You're a poser. That's an easy indicator. So if you like stuff like that, what are you, like an anime poser? Is that what it is? I'll be the normie. No, unknown. Don't worry. I've already been labeled one, which is fine. I'm just trying to get down to the bottom of what I need to do. Like, because obviously I started with stuff that was available to me after school on cable television. Just a normie, you're assuming it's a bad thing? No. Because I feel like there is, and not directed towards me, like I know you guys just made it in jest, that a lot of people will get ridiculed for watching stuff that is like normie, like you're a normie, like you're a poser, like people throw that out there like it is like a bad thing, like you're a fucking leper, like you got leprosy or something. And it's like, people don't know, man. They just like get into shit. Like, and again, I know you guys were just taking pot shots at me, and like that's fine. It like more in jest or more as a joke. But that just kind of like led me to start thinking like, all right, well, if the things that I have heard are like normie status, like so Phil, what did you get into? Like, what did you watch? Like, what set you out on your path to watch? It's not that you watched it. It's that those two were the two shows, right? I've never seen them. I love normie shows. I'm not putting a single one on that poll, right? No, and I know you've already done that, but it's predicated on you think that it's a normie show, and that we shouldn't watch normie shows. Is what I'm taking away from it. Because, like, again, I haven't seen them. Like, I haven't seen... You guys already know this. Like, I haven't seen much of fucking anything. So, like, I don't know what's like. I mean, I guess you could... I wouldn't call it normie. I would say, like, more, like, I can't think of, like, the right word to use, but, like, Dragon Ball Z, obviously. Like, I watched that after school. I started with Toonami Classics, FMA, DBZ, The Usual Suspects. Cowboy Bebop. See, like, I've heard of Cowboy Bebop. I never watched that either. All I know, I've seen, like, that one dude that has a cigarette hanging out of his mouth. That's about it. I don't care if it's normie or not. I just want to watch something that's good and or entertaining. Yeah, Grumpy. I'm in the same boat for sure. No, I've never seen Cowboy Bebop. Nope. Negatory. Like, so, hey, Bravenheart, how are you, man? Like, I've heard of Yu Yu Hakusho, I've heard of Bleach, but like the two non-anime shows that I started with were because one, I watched at a friend's house, so I bought the DVD myself at Suncoast, and it Ninja Scroll. And I thought that was really good. And then he was like, if you like Ninja Scroll, he goes, you might like Akira. So then I watched Akira, and I was like, oh, shit. But that didn't like... It didn't like, oh my gosh, I have to watch more anime. Just, it was kind of like the stuff that was available to me, like I said, like after school. Get off the bus, get home, whatever was on. Or like Saturday mornings, you had Pokemon. And then, yeah, like Toonami, it was, so I think I saw a little bit of like Gundam. I remember seeing some form of Gundam for sure. Ninja Scroll's an old gateway one for sure. And like, I liked it. I thought it was good. I think Armitage, the third, was my first anime that made me go, oh, what is this? Adult cartoons? Yeah, and it wasn't even like, because I know we've talked about it before, like Jenna will make fun of me for watching like anime, and I don't know if it's because it's that stigma where it's like, oh, it's cartoons, where it's not, in my opinion. Some might have a different one, then whatever, dude, you're wrong, that's fine, no problem. But I make fun of her for watching all like the Netflix like the love shit, you know what I mean, like the Love Island or Love is Blind, like all those corny, like what I deem to be corny, you know, here I am doing the same thing she does to me. You know, so like, yeah, it's you know, different strokes, but it was never something that like I watched growing up, not like readily. Just cartoons, yeah, tell that to Ghibli movies. Dude, Castle in the Sky was incredible. Bleach and Tenchi Muyo were what really got me into anime, though. Right on. Yeah, dude, like, why? I'm sure I could pop on Akira now and it would still hold up and just still be like, good lord. Like, that, it was just so out there. Like, out there in a great way. Like, out there in a wicked good way. Bebop is good right outside Outlaw Star and Vandred. Yeah, like in Cowboy Bebop, that's just never... Akira was such a well-done anime in terms of the quality. It was... And wasn't that like... So Ninja Scroll, if I'm remembering correctly, was like 86, 87. It was... I feel like it was like mid to late 80s. At least I think that's what my DVD said. Maybe that's just when it was put out here. And then Akira... Was like Akira like early 90s? I feel like that's when I saw it. 98? Damn. Akira or Ninja Scroll? Or both. Wouldn't that be something? Had a sexy budget for the time. Got the full Akira box set. I need to sit down and read it. Oh, damn. There's literature, too. Let's go back to Megaduda. Yeah, so whenever I suggest something, it's just because I've seen it and I've never seen it.
Directly.
You know?
Under normal circumstances, it would have been my pleasure to show you the sights.
Ninja Scroll's 83!
And it would have been our pleasure to see them. Alas, it seems our tour of the city will have to wait.
I was born 3 years after that. Crazy.
I'm afraid so. Come, we should head inside.
Sister gifted me Ninja Scroll when I was like 15 or 16. I think that's when I got it too. And Rhea, I know you and I are in the ballpark age-wise. Good lord, Chair, what are you doing to me right now? Want to pick up the manga, but I couldn't find a recent one. Just old Dark Horse, light American. Okay.
Your Excellency.
Unknown, we're old, dude. You're older than me, clearly. Oh, look at this guy.
Ah, splendid. Most splendid. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Ahawan, satrap of Radzatan. Our alchemists tell me your assistance was invaluable in the creation of the warding scale. Such deeds ought to be recognized in person. Thus did I have young Varshan convey you here forthwith. On behalf of my people, may I express to you our sincere gratitude.
Unknown, you're 40. I'll be 39. You know, so I'm almost there. Jenna's going to be 40, though. She's having a mild existential crisis. She was like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go skydiving on my 40th. I was just like, you're out of your fucking mind. You're older than Ninja Scroll? Golly. 35th anniversary set I got was the first version available in the West. That read right to left. Oh, wow. 42 last October? Damn. Yo, we're them old souls, though. For real. Not everything went to plan. Let's be honest about it.
I assume you speak of Nidana. A regrettable incident indeed. Her colleagues insist that we honor her wishes and trust in the talisman, that it will be instrumental in saving Nidana and the others. I am eager to hear your opinion on the matter, so let us not stand on ceremony. Come, sit.
I think not. This charade has gone on long enough. Show yourself.
Wait, what?
Forgive me, but were you expecting musicians, perhaps? There are no performers waiting in the wings at present, but arrangements could be made if you'd prefer.
Nay, he hath the right of it. The time for artifice is past. Raise the curtain.
Holy shit, Toto. We're not in Kansas anymore, huh?
As you wish.
Oh! Damn. Estinian just is like... Homie, don't play that.
Assistance to the students of Valdesian, but you are known to me. Even here have we heard of the scions of the Seventh Dawn.
Oh, shoot, man.
I am Vritra, and for years uncounted has this isle served as mine abode.
Vritra, of the First Brood, sibling to Hraesvelga and Nidhogg.
I, mine elder brothers, of Midgard's Sorma's spawn, I was last to hatch.
Damn.
Well, isn't this a surprise? We were told Radzat Han had an alliance with a dragon. Not that a great worm sat in the satrap's own hall.
A necessary subterfuge, as the true tale of our nation history illustrates most effectively. In the beginning, the rock upon which our city is built was home to Vitra, and Vitra alone.
No shit.
In time, the ancestors of the Matanga came to the island and established a foothold. But never did they dare disturb the worm's lair. Next to arrive with the Aura, adopting the example of their Akasodra allies, they too treated Vitra with reverence and respect. And for many years, an understanding between our forefathers and the Great Worm endured. Until marauding heroes from the mainland came, threatening to shatter our peace and tranquility. When it seemed all would be drowned in blood, Vitra himself came forth and quelled the rising conflict. A peaceful accord was reached, and oaths sworn in Vitra's name. Thus began the dragon's governance of the fledgling state, which was to grow into Radzat Han.
But if Vritra is still here, then your position as satrap is just...
A charade, yes. And one which my family has performed faithfully
Wow,
for
dude.
generations.
No shit.
Many envy the great worms their power. Were it known that I ruled here, then the fires of war would burn without end. I would not be the flame which consumeth my people. Those few who join me in laying our country's foundations were, perforce, sworn to secrecy.
So I wonder why Midgar Selmer doesn't like pop out over our shoulder and be like,
Your eye,
"What's up, fam?"
it was taken.
Oh!
'Tis here, buried within the semblance of flesh. The body before thee is but a simulacrum, constructed by the finest artisans of Radzat Han. With mine eye nestled within, it doth serve as an inconspicuous vessel for my will.
Wait, what?
That would explain why I felt the presence of a dragon upon our first meeting.
I am woven with words fashioned to deceive such arcane senses. Though 'twas short-lived, it seemeth thy fusion with my brother hath left thee much altered. Estinian warm blood.
Bro!
From the very first, we sensed the nature of one another. Yet did neither one of us bear his fangs. That is all I need know of thee for now.
With my secret thus revealed, I have for you a proposal. Not as a worm of the first brood, but as the ruler of Radzat Han. With all haste must we take in hand the finished talismans and breach this foul spire. Thence, should it lay within our power, dispel its wicked influence. Yet even with the assurance of the warding scales, the narrow confines of the tower doth limit the size of our force.
And thus denied strength in numbers, thou must choose thy soldiers with care.
Just so. Yet though our radiant host is formidable, I see a surer path before me. Thou and thy comrades have contended with a multitude of primal beings. Most recently, thou didst cast down false gods in Paddlethan and Cartanau, I am told.
You were told correctly.
'Tis upon that strength I would call. The Scions have proven themselves the most capable, and I ask that you serve as the tip of our spear. Talismans would, of course, be provided for each of thy companions. And should you agree to this undertaking, more will be provided to make use of as you see fit.
There's no denying it's a dangerous proposition, but the rewards may far outweigh the risk. Just think of what we might accomplish if we could equip all our allies with warding scales. I worry, however, that even the four of us may be too few for what you have in mind. Might we regroup with our friends first to discuss the matter?
'Tis no trifling task that I have laid before you. Go, steel your hearts and hone your plans. Such time as you require shall be spent in crafting your protective charms.
It seems a quick trip back to Sharlayan is in order.
Bro, Estinian sniffed that out like a fucking fart.
Wilt thou not lend thine aid?
Whether your request be made as a great worm or the ruler of Rads at Han, I see no reason to refuse, nor will I.
My guy.
I am in thy debt.
But now, so that's a simulacrum. He just said, so like, that dragon was an act, like, that's phony baloney. So the eye is within the kid, whatever the hell the kid's name. Why didn't Midgar Sommer show up? He's been with us this whole time. What a fucking lore drop that was. Golly. Holy mackerel. Keecha, good morning. Damn, dude. The dragon's real. He's got one eye still. Okay. Then what was he referring to as the simulacrum? Maybe I just interpreted it poorly. Oh, okay, gotcha. Thank you. Ah. So his other eye is within the kid. Right, okay, that much that I gathered. It was like I thought I was like, so yeah, this is just a projection. This dragon's not real. Okay, I get it now. At least I fathomed the latter portion of my question. Minnie's waiting for us to finish Omega. Okay. Basically, the dragon's remote controlling the homunculus. Okay. 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 Gamria, thank you. The remote control. All right. That definitely breaks it down for me. Minnie's waiting for us to finish Omega. I'm ready. You want to do some Omega? That meeting took a rather unexpected turn, but now we have our clear objective ahead of us. Let us rejoin our comrades in Sharlayan, muster a suitable crew for our foray into the Tower of Zort. What's up, Arcadia? Oh, and if you haven't already done so, be sure to attune to the Aetheryte here before departing, unless you, of course, enjoy violent nausea. Still, okay, yeah, for sure. Work from home? Dog, how's work from home? So does that mean I can't go in there? Okay, so I can't. All right. But yeah, I mean, I've already attuned. Well, obviously not Palaka's stand. I haven't attuned to that one. This one I have. Blessing and a curse. So wait a minute. You don't have to spill all the beans. Just me being innately curious. What happened to the grocery gig? Did you quit and go do something different in the last handful of months? And sorry if you had said that, and I don't know, because I'm, unsmart. I can return. That's better. There we go. Simulacrum in this case is what we know as a false artificial body or homo. Okay, gotcha. Thank you. Cleared that right up. Okay. I mean, I felt like I was hanging on. It felt pretty good, The old brain was hanging on a bit. That was nice. It was a good feeling. The hunt for specimens is that. Broke down the entire chain of management via documentation on every time they've broken a rule or mistreated a worker. So, did you get fired? Or did you just quit? Yeah. Satrap. Basically set the entire hierarchy on fire and bounced? Gotcha. So do you think that they closed down the grocery store, or do you think it's still there? Am I going in? Okay, yeah. Oh, that's right. Right. Forgot. Our new Waking Sands. Just as I was getting used to balmy Thavnir, we're back in the chilly Sharlayan. Take care not to catch your death, eh? We need you for the battles to come. Now then, your investigation here remains, but when it's over, we can take stock of all that developments and discoveries. Right on. Most likely a complete change of management, but I think they'll live. Right on. Yeah, I mean, that's a thing of... Oh, wait a tick. Oh, so now... Okay, so now I have to start Cryles. Ah, okay. I'm not gonna go do Cryles bit. Right on. I mean, I haven't done Cryles bit yet, but, starting with Estinian in the Dragoon route, as I will now label it as. Like, okay. Yeah, way to kick off Endwalker. Let's do that some more. Like, lots more of that. Please and thank you. I know there's nothing here, but I just felt like pressing it. Whoa, we got a Beavis here? Right on. Outside of just, like, the sheer stupidity of Beavis and Butthead, which I still love and adore. The music videos, dog. Like, watching Beavis and Butthead rip it up to Pantera, like, was great. As much as I want to hang out, dude, I know, I totally understand it. Unknown. It's the time zones thing, bro. I hope you have a great rest of your night, man. Get some sleep. Have a good start to your Wednesday. Happy Hump Day. We know about 4 of the 5 great worms of the First Blood. So it's I don't remember his name already because he's new. Oh no, we've already. Oh, wait, no, it's Event. There we go. Not Vitra. That's the kid. Oh no, Vitra is the dragon. So Vitra, Nidhogg, Race Valgar, Midgar Somer. Was that the 4? You got some D&D? Let's go, man. Enjoy. Do you guys do it in person or virtually? Like, do you meet up with friends and, like, actually, like, lay it all out? Do the do? Midi is the papa. I'm sorry. Yeah, right. Yeah, because we just learned that. So, yeah, because he said he was the last to hatch. Vitra was Midgar Summers. Oh, Bahamut is the fourth. Okay, gotcha. Ah, hell yeah, dog. It all goes back to Heavensward, right? To the Dragon Song War. All goes back to it. I was counting him since he's dead. Gotcha. Ichi, my 46 months, bro. Tiamat is the fourth. Okay, so it's Tiamat. It is Race Falgar, Nidhogg, and then Vitra. Is that the four? Either way, they've got there were 6, but Bahamut died, so now there's 5. There are 7 dragons in the first brood. Okay, all right. Ichi, yo, man, April 18th, right? Psyched on it, big dog. Great time. Can't wait. All timers, man. How are you doing? What's going on? My directions were easy enough to follow, I hope. In any case, you stand now before the doors of Numenon, Sharlayan's grandest collection of books and tomes. This building is actually only an entrance, and one of many at that. For the archives of Numenon extend deep beneath the surface like the roots of a tree. The vast halls of the Great Google Library pale in comparison to Numenon's endless maze of subterranean chambers. Any citizens of Sharlayan is free to enter and peruse its shelves. Well, most of its shelves. Only Archons are afforded access to certain restricted vaults. I've dispatched Ishtola and Raha to investigate those. Meanwhile, Alice and Alphino will help me continue my search through the stacks open to the general public. Your status presents more of a problem. As a non-citizen, you're only permitted to browse the first floor here at the entrance. Even so, there should be a number of books which touch upon Sharlayan history or foreign policy. Your task will be to find and study the relevant publications. I promise you, a working knowledge of those subjects will make it far easier to spot the sort of clues we're looking for. Let us be about it, shall we? I've told the others to meet us at the stone benches over there once they've found some promising tomes. Happy reading! I'm well. Interview tomorrow for a data center? Yo, right on. Family's doing good, man. You know, I'm thankful that I woke up this morning. You know what I mean? Not to sound like a fucking, wet blanket on I'm hyped to be alive, but I'm hyped to be alive. I woke up this morning. It's a good feeling. You know what I mean? It's, I'm not the religious sort, but I'm just thankful for the next day. You know what I'm saying? That's it, man. Even if I do get grouchy, even if I do get tired, I'm happy, dog. All right, unknown. Sweetest of dreams, dude. Vitra, Nidhogg, Race, Falgar, Tiamat. Redatasker died. All right, so damn, dog. Yeah, so we've met a bunch. But yeah, man, it goes all the way back. It's a good feeling. Heavensward the goat. Oh yeah, so I have to go and actually look at the books. Sure, don't mind if I do. The title on the spine reads "The Story of Sharlayan." Read the book. Oh damn. Long ago, on an island in the northern sea, there lived a Rogdan man by the name of Youngkrempf. Youngkrempf was a student of astrology, and he divined that a flood of terrifying proportions would soon sweep over the lands of Eorzea. So it was that he built a gigantic ship, assembled a crew, and set sail for that imperiled realm. The flood arrived as foretold, and to their horror, the strangely churning waters drove the people towards the ocean. It was there, however, that young Kremp's crew hauled them aboard his ark, but the danger had not passed. A towering wave approached, threatening to smash the vessel to pieces. With only moments to spare, young Krempf, that's a weird name to say, wove a mighty spell of teleportation and shifted the entire ship to safety atop Abalthea's spine. Refugees from the surrounding regions huddled there alongside them, but it was not long before disputes over the dwindling supply of food led to violence and bloodshed. Suddenly, by the sight, Nyankrepf gathered to him his crew and his grateful passengers and abandoned the ark to those reddened peaks. They journeyed to the coast, where they built a new ship, intent upon returning to the northern seas. They landed on the beach of an island and settled upon that very spot. The settlement prospered and grew, and in time it became the city of Sharlayan we live on to this day. I kept seeing that text move and it was wigging me out. Ran a boat on a cliff in Stormblood, and that story is why. Oh, alright. Working from home saves on gas, buying food makes it harder to unwind after a long day of work since I haven't really... Yeah, you don't have to commute anywhere. I mean, it's clearly it's easy for me, somebody that has never had the opportunity to work from home, to be like, I would love to work from home. Like, when I see Jenna work from home every so often, I'm like, that seems swell. Like, really swell. Title in the spine reads, Roads of Old, The Colony. God, this song is such a vibe. Many years ago, on the banks of the Thaliak, in the Dravanian hinterlands, a Sharlayan colony once thrived. This settlement was originally established as a mere outpost to study the ethereal sea in the year 1311 of the 6th Astral Era. Scholars dispatched to Eorzea found the facilities wanting, and their demands encouraged a gradual expansion in structures and services. As rumors spread of a growing community of academics, the area was further inundated with Eorzean students hoping to share in the renowned wisdom of the Sharlayans. 50 years later, the Forum passed a motion to recognize what had become a flourishing town as an official Sharlayan colony. Eorzean residents took to calling the colony itself Sharlayan, which led to no small amount of confusion when discussions turned to the subject of the motherland. In response, some Sharlayan inhabitants, if pressed for a name, would simply refer to it as Emporium. Following the Exodus, however, goblins and treasure hunters claimed for themselves a corner of the abandoned colony and gave it yet another name, Idleshire. I'm pretty sure I'm remembering correctly that when our first night in Old Sharlayan, I was like, oh yeah, I was like, okay. And they had made some reference or something, and I was like, oh, Idleshire, okay, cool. The following chapters go on to introduce the most prominent features of Idleshire. The book does not appear to contain additional information on the Forum or cover the history of the Sharlayan motherland in greater detail. Oh, so that wasn't even one of the books I had to read. Okay, cool. Oh, all right, neato. That's still a good one. It's a good read. I'm all about that lore dump, dog. Like, let's go. No, it's great. It's like to move around. I get it. Yeah, Jenna is never... Like, she's sleeping now, and that's, like, the only time. She's just not always up and at 'em, always doing something. Fated, Stewards of Wisdom. During the chaos of the 6th Umbral Calamity, Archon Nyankrepf, founder of Sharlayan, bore witness to the madness and savagery of men brought to the brink of despair. Upon raising a settlement on an island in the Northern Empty, he instructed his people thus. Renounce the ways of war and pursue enlightenment through knowledge and reason. The Sharlayans took to heart the words of their savior, and thenceforth served as stewards of wisdom. Upon a foundation of accumulated learning, they built a homeland unlike any other, a nation born from strength of minds, rather than strength of arms. With knowledge of economics came shrewd trading. With knowledge of agriculture came bountiful crops. Engineering brought wells and sewers, ending squabble over water. Wealth of expertise could be bartered for wealth and coin. And the more their wisdom spread throughout the world, the more mankind as a whole would thrive. And so it was that no matter the trials and tribulations of the age, the citizens of Sharlayan would live by their founders' teachings. For the sake of a better tomorrow, for the sake of a brighter star, they would eschew the tools of war. Right? Eschew. Eschew. Eschew? Eschew. Eschew. Yeah, because there's a ch in there. The tools of war, and with knowledge deliver the world. They've been building Sharlayan lore in the background since 1.0. This is library is them spelling out a lot of it for you. Good. Works for me. I mean, just the architecture alone. If they hadn't been like, yeah, something and had mentioned Idleshire, it's like the architecture alone. It's like, yeah, this looks just like Idleshire. Imagine that. Mildred. Okay. Roads of Old, the Colony. Did I just read this one? Yeah, okay. Sorry. The Story of Sharlayan? No, are you? Where's the last one? Did it? Time Worn. Stewards of Wisdom. Nope, just did that one. Blue covered book. I don't think I did that one. I'll check this one first. Voice of a Growing City. In the years which followed the founding of Sharlayan, civic policy and other matters of import were decided at the Ecclesia, a public forum at which every citizen was eligible to speak. As the city's population grew, however, this format became increasingly impractical. The large number of participants gave rise to ever longer debates, resulting in significant delays of vital resolutions. Various measures were introduced in an attempt to curtail protracted discussions, but in the year 201 of the 6th Astral Era, it was ultimately decreed that Sharlayan would transition to a new form of governance. Excuse me. The nation would now be led by a body of 99 members, citizens chosen from amongst their peers by means of a nationwide vote. Thus was the form as we know it today conceived and created. You have gained a fundamental understanding of Sharlayan's history and the foundation of the forum. Head outside to the rendezvous point and await your companions. Can do. Feels good. Pardon me. Oh shit. I was like, dude, where's the exit? Shows you how much time I spend in a fucking library. Never. Except for the library that I went to. Not in like my middle school or high school, but there was one in the town that I grew up in that I went to a lot as a kid. Still there to this day. Okie dokie, oggy doggy. Dude, every time. Sorry, were you waiting long? I wanted to make sure I borrowed at least a few promising volumes. Alvino and Kryle should also be along shortly. I was delayed in similar fashion. As far as I could see, no titles in the Archon stacks mentioned the final days specifically, so we have no choice but to start with the tangentially relevant tomes, if there are even that. At present, the plan is to skim through as quickly as we dare and share our discoveries as we make them. It would be nice to invite everyone to the estate, plenty of comfortable places to read, and a ready supply of hot tea. Oh, I was always quite fond of reading outside. But it's not about the little pleasures, is it? You miss your home. It's been difficult. After our arrival, we managed to speak with one of the family servants and ask how things were. It seems our dear father has instructed the staff that even if Alphino and I were to return to Sharlayan, we were not to be allowed across the threshold. A harsh measure indeed. I hope that our efforts to understand his position, and that of the Forum, will perhaps lead to a reconciliation. We'll mend this rift one day, I'm certain of it. And what of you, Graha? Have you been to visit your family, or do they not live here in the city? Ah, well, my situation is also somewhat complicated. I was raised in Sharlayan, yes, but I was born rather further away. In the southern reaches of Isilbard, in fact. For generations, my people have dwelt in Corvos, the coastal region opposite the island of Thavnir. The Alligans found a city in the fertile land and by ship brought in the subjugated tribes of the Mikote to serve as laborers. Of course, the massive earthquakes of the Fourth Umbral Calamity brought an end to the Empire's reign, and when the Fifth Calamity froze the sea solid, many of the tribes still living in Corvus braved the journey back to Eorzea. My ancestors, however, chose to remain, that they might prevent the remnants of Allagan technology from being misused. Isn't Corvus under Garlean rule? For the past 50 years, yes. Some semblance of local culture remains, as is the case for most imperial provinces, but Garlemald renamed the region Locus Amonis. They renamed it Hocus Pocus. When I was a boy, a nearby town came under the jurisdiction of an illustrious imperial family, the nobles of House Darnus. House Darnus demonstrated a singular interest in Allagan civilization, and so my tribe was forced to consider a plan of action. For some time already, voices had been raised in favor of abandoning our ancient customs. After all, the Allagan Eye no longer passed to our eldest children as reliably as it once had. Fear of discovery eventually tipped the scales, and the decision was made to bury our ties to the knowledge and traditions of Allag. As the last child born with the Allagan Eye, I was given over to the custody of friends and students of Baldessian, who had me registered as a Sharlayan citizen. I never even considered. Forgive me, it was an unkind question. Even Thancred was taken in by Archon Louis Soir, was he not? Stories of adopted waifs and rescued orphans are more common among Sharlayans than you might think. Yet regardless of our origins, we are all provided with an equal opportunity to learn, and with sufficient perspicacity? Fucking words, bro. Killing me here in Endwalker. We outsiders can even earn the vaunted title of Archon. 'Tis exactly why I have such a love for this country, and why I wish it to remain a nation of which its citizens can be proud. Here. Another good reason to get to the bottom of the Forum's stubbornness. Aside from the trifling matter of impending doom. Excuse us while we try to make some headway into these books, Vance. More company should be arriving any moment now. It was a member of House Darnus who dropped Dalamud in Eorzea. If you didn't remember, I didn't remember. Darnus sounded familiar. We fought a vestige of them when the ruby weapon... Oh. It's pronounced perpendicular, actually? Dwarven crafts was good, bud. Perspicacity. I don't know, but if there's one thing that is for certain, it's that Endwalker has already thrown me for a friggin' loop, word-wise. It's already, like, just completely thrown a wet blanket on the fire that Urianger constantly spits. Like, already sent me for a loop. We've returned with our selections. Although I must say, the pickings were quite slim indeed. Mistress Kryle has already flicked through every history book devoted to disasters, and more than a few barely made mention of them. As such, we will be looking into research papers of the Umbral calamities, as well as articles written by prominent forum members. Perhaps their knowledge of the final days comes from an unexpected source. Speaking of which, might I ask you a few questions related to the final days? I'm the only one here who didn't witness the events of Amarot firsthand, and fear I may be overlooking critical details. I'm your guy, I gotcha. Pigmaster, how are you, buddy? My thanks. Now, where to begin? First things first, what kind of phenomenon did the ancients encounter as the final days drew nigh? A complete destabilization of creation magics. Primals of unrivaled power were summoned from the ether. The worst kind of phenomenon you can imagine. Was it a destabilization of creation magics? I don't know. I don't know if it was rivaled power. Okay. Feels good. Yes, the unfolding catastrophe wrought havoc to all manner of life. The chaos extended to the ancients themselves, causing their powers of creation to spiral out of control. Fear and despair manifested in terrible, tangible fashion. Meteors raining from the sky, fire erupting from the ground, indescribable abominations prowling the streets. That more or less aligns with my understanding. If only the art of creation had survived until the present day, we might have had something substantial to analyze. To the best of our knowledge, however, those techniques were not preserved or passed on. Ystola surmises that the closest known magic is that of the summoning rituals, promulgated by the Asians. Was there aught else of note which heralded the approach of final days? The entire star was engulfed by disaster all at once. They say it began with a keening sound from the land itself. Alphino, you can answer this one. Just default, be like, hey man, why don't you get this one? This is how much did you pay attention to Shadowbringer's quiz? Okay. Is farming for fate gems a Sisyphean task? Dude, why hit me with the hard words? The entire star was engulfed by disaster all at once. I'm going with it. Fuck it. I think you may be misremembering. Okay, there we go. As I recall, 'twas more of a gradual spread. That was the final days they're asking. Oh, okay. The Omertine spoke of keening sound that rose from the land itself, just before a region was visited by catastrophe. We never did hear this sound ourselves, of course, thrust as we were into the midst of the madness. So the ground was crying out, you say? To be considered the harbinger of doom, it must have been quite distinctive and probably quite loud. I'll have to speak with one of Numenon's mammoths. Ask after any book which make mention of such a sound. Last but not least, would you describe how the ancients sought to quell this unprecedented calamity? That definitive action... What definitive action did they take? Summoned Zodiark, summoned Hydaelyn, they knocked Dalamud from the sky. I feel like they tried to summon Zodiark, but didn't succeed. I want to say they knocked Dalamud from the sky. But that's probably wrong, too. Is it Hydaelyn? I don't know. I'm just, you know, I don't recall. All of them, to me, sound plausible. Or is it they literally summoned Zodiark? I'm going with fuck it. They summoned Zodiark, of course. Dalamud wasn't in the sky till the Alligans? Okay. Hey, well, right on. Good thing I guessed correctly, then. It's a feather in my cap, for sure. Yes, with Elidibus serving as his heart, so many gave themselves in sacrifice to bring him into being. We do not know exactly how Zodiark brought salvation to the star, only that by his godlike will were the laws of nature set aright. Then, once the balance was redressed, the ancients offered up a further sacrifice to heal the ravages of the final days. Lives sprouted anew, and it was these fledgling souls they intended to render unto Zodiark, a trade that would have allowed them to resurrect the shades of loved ones absorbed by the primal. Or might have had Venet and her fellows not manifested their opposition in the form of Hydaelyn. Thank you, both of you, for the detailed review. I feel much more confident now in my understanding of events. With all that freshly in mind, it does make me wonder what the Telophori truly mean when they speak of bringing back the final days. We've seen that they're doing with what they're doing with those towers of theirs is forcing people to summon primals, a kind of catalyst. Are they attempting to mirror the conditions caused by unstable creation magics? Or are they simply using the final days as a figure of speech? A convenient metaphor for the scale of destruction they plan to unleash. But this is all just pointless conjecture at this stage. Let us return our attention to the forum, shall we? We should keep an eye out for Y'shtola, but 'tis time we began studying these research papers. Give me a lozenge, lots and lots of speaking. Hiya. Olay. Lozenge. Just gonna wait some more, okay? I'm the last, am I? Well, my extended search of the Archon stacks produced one or two possibly useful books. But I wouldn't get your hopes up. If you recall, Urianger learned of the source's reflections from the Garen oracles. For its potential to cause panic and confusion, that tome was deemed apocrypha and sealed away in the great Google Library. 'Tis even less that knowledge of the unsundered world, not to mention the horrors of the final days, would be left sitting on a shelf for any curious scholar to find. it stands to reason then that my colleagues, be they archons or counselors, should perforce be largely ignorant of the subject. Yet when you confronted Master Fortunal with knowledge of the Telophori and their machinations, he scoffed at the suggestion that they posed a threat. He seemed adamant that the Forum would know in the final days, if the final days were truly upon us, which only supports the conclusion that whatever privileged wisdom is guiding the Forum's behavior, it is being kept secret from the rest of the nation. Not that I mean to excuse myself from reading duty. Whether they contain mention of the final days or no, these books could yet hold something of value. You weren't thinking of leaving, were you? There's plenty of work for everyone. Yeah. I'm like, please no. You labor for what feels like an age as Y'shtola's research assistant. Of course. Hey, Schwarzer7X! Thank you so very much for the follow, bud. Welcome to Brutopia. Pleasure to meet you. Thanks for being here, bud. Oh dear, you look exhausted. But what about your studies? Were you able to find any books on the subjects I mentioned? Then the day was well spent. Should you wish to read them again, a mammoth at the reference desk will point you in the right direction. For the moment, though, I suggest you take a well-deserved rest. We might be occupied with our research for quite some time. Give me that foot coffer, dude. Alice appears in desperate need of a study break. Ready for a tea break, Vance? I know I am. Honestly, my neck and shoulders are going to calcify if I don't stretch my legs and walk around for a bit. You know the last stand down in the harbor, don't you? Come and meet me near the outside tables and I'll treat you to their coffee. It's quite good. You had me at coffee. We went to, when we had our date day, or our date day, it wasn't last Friday, it was the Friday before. I'm getting my dates mixed up. Yeah, maybe it was 2 weeks ago now, or it'll be like 2 weeks ago this Friday. Anyways, we did go to a coffee shop that's in the city that we live in that my mother-in-law got it for me for Christmas. And I had no idea. My wife, who has lived in the city that we live in her whole life, had no idea it was there, and they have been there for a long time. Mad good. Coffee was great. Freshly made scone, which I think I told you guys. I like my scone. I don't want it to be super crumbly, but I don't want it to be like super chewy either. I want right in the middle, and that's what they had. It was super damn good. As busy as ever, I see. How very Charlian that no other gourmet cafe has sprung up to compete for customers. Actually, this crowd gives me an idea. Before we place an order, why don't we ask a few questions and gauge the mood of the city? I'm interested to hear what the average citizen has to say about the Telophori. We might even learn something new. Worth a try, don't you think? Alice will now accompany you. All right. What? What is it? Can a man not enjoy a moment of private respite? If you're looking to share a table, then I respectfully request that you look elsewhere. You misunderstand, sir. We were simply wondering if you knew of the Telophori. These enemies of peace have promised an end to all we hold dear and... Wait. You're that house lover your girl, aren't you? And this man is with you is obviously a foreigner. I'd heard you were disowned for helping outsiders, indulging their barbaric whims, and here you are giving truth to the rumor. I think you might, I thank you to leave me be. I've naught to say to the likes of you. Well, I must apologize. 'Twas foolish of me to expect an ounce of civility from one so enlightened. Come, Vance. Dude isn't nice at all. Yes, I don't believe I've had the pleasure. Pray, excuse the interruption, but we were hoping you might share your thoughts on the Telophori and their unconscionable plans. My goodness, if it isn't the young Miss Lavallure. My apologies, but I work in the offices of the Forum, and if word reached Master Fortuno that I was helping you... I see. We're sorry to have bothered you. Yo, Musashi, what's good, man? Thank you so much for the raid. Sorry, I was zoning out. More daybreaking done? Where you at in the story, my guy? Dickin? Bruce Dickinson? Welcome, sir. What can I offer you today? Wait. Is that Mistress Alizé I see there? My word. How long has it been? Far too long. Meet Dickon, the owner of The Last Stand. I used to frequent his cafe on occasion, in between lessons at the studium. That seems like an age ago now. I remember hearing that you and Master Alphino had set sail for Eorzea, but then you never came back. Lately, there's been gossip about your father disowning the pair of you. Everything all right at home? Just saw a bloodbath? I mean, there is a bloodbath for sure. How are you enjoying it? What's your favorite parts or like favorite aspect of it so far? Is it Calvert? Is it the cast? Is it? It's complicated, and I hadn't expected complete strangers to be so familiar with our situation quite so quickly. Everyone has an opinion, it seems. Well, it is House Lavallure. No matter how discreet Master Fortuno may have been, news of your family's doings never stays secret for long. Things being what they are, what brings you back to the city now of times? We have questions, and only Charlian has the answers. Tell me, Master Dickon, have you ever heard of anything about an apocalypse called the Final Days? What, like the end of the world? Nothing like that, I'm afraid. And that's what you're here to find, information on this apocalypse. Yes, whatever we can learn. Unfortunately, your patrons appear to be unwilling to speak to me. I wish there was more I could do to help. Maybe there is. You're a visitor to Charlian, aren't you? Then few will know your face. You should be able to pass you, we should be able to pass you off as a servo with none the wiser. We just finished preparing a few orders. Strike up some friendly conversation while you're setting down the road, and you might just get the answers you're looking for. Not a bad idea. I hate to ask, but what do you think? I'm on the job. I've waited tables before. The yapping this time doesn't seem so dragged out, so I'm enjoying voicing the NPC lines. Good, but the combat's number one. I love that I can do 2 S-crafts back to back to back. Oh, yeah. Server in full plate mail? It's me. I wonder if they'll make me take my gear off. Like, is that a gay bulk? Are you a dragoon? I'd just be like, no. I'm a barista, clearly. That's the spirit. Pay attention now, and I'll explain where each of these dishes needs to go. The tea set is for the chatty group sitting by the water's edge. The omelets for the one of the regulars, a Highlander by the name of Gisla. She's sitting at the outside table with a friend of hers. Behind them you should see a Mikote gentleman. He ordered the oven-baked lobster. Got all that? If you're not sure, just ask and I'll explain again. Oh, yeah, I literally don't even get, like, a server's outfit. Yeah, okay, no big deal. Cool, no biggie. Oh, wait, hang on. So wait, by the water is the Mikote. So he gets the lobster, correct? Yeah. This dude ordered the oven-baked lobster. Fuck, man. What? No? Oh, wait a minute. Oh, that's my bad. It's for the... alright. So it's a tea set. Oh, my tea set. Lovely. Thank you. Was a short stream tonight because it's going to be a busy work week. Oof. Got to get a new phone number, too, as well. Got some freeload... Oh, no. Got some freeloading roommates evicted? Goddamn. So you're staying there? All I saw was him, and I was like, yeah, he's by the river. The Talofa who? I'm sorry, I've never heard of them or their final days. You're fired, Neo. I wouldn't let you take food out anymore. That's fine. I mean, I said I've waited tables before. I'm just not, you know. I mean, I wasn't bad at it. It was at my high school had a restaurant that operated Wednesday, Thursday, Friday from 11:15 to 12:15. So we would learn like all aspects of like the restaurant business, front of the house, back of the house, waiting, the whole shebang. Nostrin, what's up, buddy? How are you? My friends and I are somewhat uninformed when it comes to current events. Now, if you wanted to hear about the ritual arcane practices of the 6th Astral Era, common or esoteric, then I'd be happy to talk your ear off. Chill watch some Mandalorian for the first... Yo, Mando is real good. I haven't watched the most current season yet, but, damn good. Damn good for sure. I'm doing pretty good. Ah, finally. 2468. Let's dig in. No time to waste. In my nanny back in the day when I was in high school waiting at that, when I would, you know, have to wait on tables, or even like one of my teachers who ran like the front of the house, he'd always be like, hey, he'd be like, Glad's here. I'm like, right on. So I go out and I see her, and her and the old lady squad called them the Q-tip squad. What, the Talophorite? Ah, yes. I remember seeing the name in the latest Gazette. That and some grand claim about the end of days. Same old senseless warmongering. When will these fools grow tired of spilling each other's blood? Best to stay out of it, I say. The Forum made the right choice, and I fully support our decision to remain neutral. At last, the oven-baked lobster is mine. You have no idea how long I've scrimped and saved and suffered to afford this healthy dish. Just returned back to Reverie, so what? Oh, yeah, man. Well, thank you very much for watching. I hope you're enjoying Reverie. Reverie, again, for me, chef's kiss. I fucking loved every minute of it. In final days, this is the first I've heard of it. Although that would explain why my friend has been rushed off his feet. It must be a busy time to be a gleaner. So, you don't know what a gleaner is? They're collectors of a sort. Travel the world procuring things that we haven't gotten here in Charlian. Priceless books, unusual live specimens, and so forth. So named for those folks who trail after the reapers in the fields, picking up every grain which was missed. Aye, by all accounts, gleaning is a most meticulous and demanding profession. If these Talophoroi make good of their audacious threats, then many uncatalogued rarities would be lost forever. Why else would the gleaners be buzzing about in such a frenzy? Watch the harbors and you'll see what I mean. They're carting loads in from the docks all day. It's never been this hectic before, not like this. Gleaner. Gleaner, Glazer. All up in the world and don't deserve to be a player. Any troubles with the new customers? Were you able to get anyone talking? You're minor, you're major, you're all up in the game and don't deserve to be a player. Mob deep. Interesting. They seem unaware of final days, aside from whatever vague news the Gazettes are printing. Even Dickon had nothing to offer, and he's the best source of gossip in the city. If the Forum does have secret knowledge, then they've done an impressive job of ensuring no one whispers it in the wrong ear. In any case, thank you for playing the part so well. Here, that cup of coffee I promised. But let's enjoy our drink somewhere else, shall we? Maybe behind the... Peristyle, away from the gossips and their wagging tongues. Somebody say, wag the tongue? Okay. Yes, this should do nicely. Out of the wind and out of sight.
When our father disowned us, I couldn't believe what I was hearing.
Dragons and coffee and Endwalker, like...
That his words began to sink in, that I began to feel the weight of what it meant. Do you remember when the decision was made to come to Sharlayan? Graham said that the Forum was determined to keep us in the dark, and that Father's venomous performance was part of that strategy, to keep us at arm's length. Perhaps it was. Father argued with Grandfather on many occasions, but never with such dismissive contempt. And when he demanded what justifies the sacrifices we make in war, I honestly didn't know what to say. Neither did Alpha know, I know, but never for one moment did I believe we had made the wrong choice. So all I could do was fume silently. It was only afterwards that I realized how childish I had been. How being stubborn and self-righteous must run in the family. If I could have just mustered a civil response, then things might have turned out differently.
This is the Boston Tea Party? You guys just gonna dump it?
They must be ferrying goods to Labyrinthos. A vast complex beneath the island. Sharlayan is famous for archiving knowledge from around the world. Well, that knowledge is not preserved exclusively in dusty tomes and desiccated samples. Our living library, comprised of all manner of flora and fauna, is housed and studied within that underground facility. Still, that did seem to be an unusually large shipment. When I lived here, it was rare to even see such cargo transported by boat. Wait! Didn't you hear something in the last stand about the gleaners coming and going more than usual? Well, I think they're the ones we saw manning those boats. And gleaners answer to the Forum. If the appearance of the Telophoroi prompted this sudden burst of activity, Then Labyrinthos may hold a clue as to what the Forum is planning.
Will I play or stream Oath of Felghana? If that's one of the East entries that plays like Nayuda, yeah, I want to play those entries first. Either that or 9 first. But as it stands right now, it's Endwalker now, Daybreak 2 in February. Wilds, I don't think I'm going to do on stream. That's just going to be like what we've been doing with World on the weekends. March is Xenoblade X. April is going to be Lunar 1 and 2. Here I was thinking that after Xenoblade X, we'd get into 7 Rebirth, but nah, it's getting bumped. And I have no shame in doing so. Lunar 1 and 2, absolutely goated games. We should tell the others what we've learned about the Gleaners. Go on ahead to Numenon and I'll join you in a moment. Master Tikkon will want his cups back. Oh yeah, Rebirth is super Omega bumped at this point, for sure. Hey, I blame Square Enix for all of a sudden just dropping it on the 23rd of this month. Shame on them. But truth be told, if we weren't playing Endwalker right now, it's probably what we'd be doing, would be that. Gaul, what's good, my guy? Have you 100'd? I was like, where the hell am I going? Gives them time to fix the port, or for modders to do it for him? Yeah, absolutely. Gaul, how are you, man? When we were just working as servers, it just made me think back to on your way to Black or White City in Pokemon Black, because there's one, like, you have to like serve people food. Remember playing Fortnite for the first time in a while? How was it? You're a fork knifer, huh? All right. Duly noted. You don't have to build in Fortnite anymore, do you? Like, that's not even really a thing, is it? I've had buddies that play it that I watch, like, build, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, man. Like, they added Miku. I'm going to join him once stream's over. What is Miku? I'm just a normie. I don't know. Welcome back, Vance. Hatsune Miku? Sure, maybe. I don't know. Could be. Could be. Then who? Been for a walk and cleared your head, have you? Not exactly. We did some impromptu investigating and turned up information on the Gleaners. Basically, a vocal program artist can use for magic. Oh, for music, sorry. Vocal program artists. Oh, okay. Has a character that's owned by Sega. That's pretty neat, then. It makes sense. The Gleaners take their requests directly from institutions and bureaucrats. But, as you say, they ultimately answered to the Forum. A sudden and significant increase in Gleaner traffic and in cargo. It certainly gives the impression of an overarching plan being put into motion. Let us see what theory we can build from the facts. As Y'shtola observed earlier, Numenon's archives appear to contain no information concerning the final days. Coupled with what Vance and Alasay learned at the last stand, we can be reasonably sure that most Sharlians know nothing of that particular period of ancient history. Yet my father and his colleagues are not only familiar with final days, but are also somehow certain of the destruction being perpetrated by the Telophori being perpetrated by the Tolophori is wholly unlike these apocalyptic events. Moreover, the Forum claims to be so occupied by a duty of such pressing importance that they saw fit to unanimously deny Eorzea's request for aid. And now the Gleaners, official agents of the state, have been mobilized on an unprecedented scale. I do not think it such a stretch to conclude that the Gleaners' recent activities are in service for the Forum's secretive ends. In which case, our next course of action seems obvious. We visit Labyrinthos and assess the situation for ourselves. And if we're lucky, the Gleaners will be far more receptive to our questions. Oh, I would hate to spoil the surprise. As for myself, there are a few more subjects I should like to research. I may join you later, but feel free to leave behind your borrowed books and be on your way. I'll see to it that each is returned to its proper place. That would be a great help. Thank you, Raha. Let's head down the stairs over there. I'll show you where the entrance is. Dude, I can, like... Youngblood, his bed is pushed up against his wall. And, like, his room is right above me. And his wall is effectively where the end of this room's wall is. And our walls are, like, real thick. Like, heavy duty. I don't remember the exact name of what they use. It's basically like a sheetrock sandwich. It's like sheetrock with what was like 1955 friggin' cement and then sheetrock on the other side. But when he rolls around, he flops around like a fish out of water, dude. And he hits that wall, dude, it is loud. And I can hear it clear as day. Like, above me, wherever. Like, it's always just a thud, and he's never fazed by it. Ready? Labyrinthos is not too far away from here, but you may find the path a bit disorienting. I'll take the lead, so stay close. Follow Allison, you try not to... Okay, I won't. I'll try my best. I know the minute I start talking shit about how slow she's walking and keeping up isn't difficult, she's gonna like start sprinting and I'm gonna have to be like Johnny on the spot. Oh good, we're gonna run now? The quickest point from one spot, or the quickest way to from one point to another is a straight line. Bella, dude, when we had Bella, like, she was a very smart bulldog. She was always angles. She would never chase you around. She would just, it was the angle of pursuit. She would utilize it. Effectively, like every single time.
Here we are, through this door and down the stairs. You did remember to attune to the shard back there, didn't you? It will make your life much easier if you need to come back in a hurry. Otherwise, we should keep moving. Not to sound all sorts of arrogant, but like, how do you... I thought for sure, like, that was gonna be, like, a maze. Like, we were gonna lose her easily. Like, how... Like, did people actually, like, lose her somehow? I thought it was gonna be, like, twists and turns, zigs and zags, and have to, like, an obstacle course. Like, it was an episode of Double Dare, and she was just like... And now we're gonna run. I didn't have to sprint. It was just running. I was running. We're all here now, yes? I've taken the liberty of securing permission for our group's descent. Right, everyone onto the lift and down we go.
Deep beneath the scholar's city shines a false sun within a fabricated sky.
Oh.
In any age exist those who consider the floor an extension of their bookshelves. And this vault's architects surely belonged to that special breed. If the stack grows too high, start a new one. If no room remains, then make more rooms. A simple solution at first, and then bit by bit, a profound transformation. Knowledge buried beneath knowledge, a growing, creeping labyrinth from which there is no escape.
That's a Netherlands Gundam. Netherlands Gundam.
Not what you expected. I must admit, the artifice is very convincing. But I assure you that we are beneath Sharlayan itself. The breeze you feel, the flowing waters you hear, all created by the hand of man.
The island is volcanic, you see, and once upon a time this great hollow must have been a reservoir for magma. It was discovered some 400 years ago, at which point it was repurposed as a storage facility for scrolls and samples and such. Renovations have continued, with nigh on no interruption to this day, with the lower levels still undergoing expansion.
Aren't those people gleaners?
Yeah, are you current?
Judging by their dress. They are said to work alone as a rule, but 'twould seem that rule is being enthusiastically broken today. It may be as you suspected, that they are engaged in a task apart from the norm.
Let's spread out and get some answers then.
You did Endwalker though, right?
Ugh. Did you call to me just now? No. How odd. I must be a bit dizzy from the descent. I'll be fine, I'm sure. Let's get to work, shall we?
Yeah, that's a red flag. I'll be fine, I'm sure.
You're here to help or give me more headaches, because you don't have the look of a gleaner and I'm in no mood for idle chatter. One of my colleagues was so exhausted he took a tumble and crashed into a pile of crates. Now I have to pack up a marmot's running loose. Your exchange with Erinville has taught you about exhausted gleaners. Yes, if you work, you get tired. If you work, you become tired. Let me think. The reseed should be item 1058. Cumin seeds 1059. Snurberberry 1060. Or were they 1061? My head feels like it's stuffed with moko grass. Why more loads to take out than I can carry in? Why do all this at once and risk mixing it up? What if someone mistakes the Kurthan carrots for Garabanya carrots? What then? Your exchange with Tybee has taught you about large shipments coming and going out of Labyrinthos. Will I be partaking in the next Monster Hunter Wilds beta? There's a good chance I won't be, but I guess I won't necessarily rule it out. Being that they're not doing anything different outside of, I think, like, there's another monster you can hunt. Like, they haven't made any changes from the first beta. Like, even changes that they talked about that are going to be, like, released, you know, official release. So I don't know. I'm honestly not really interested. I think I'm more interested in just playing, like, the full game itself. Are you? More time to get your character done? You want to know what I'm doing? Hauling books and all. And fauna. If it needs hauling, I haul it. Every decade or so, they take stock in Labyrinthos, you know? Sort and tidy up the inventory. Never seen an operation like this before, though. They just did one a few summers ago, even. Then with no warning at all, this mess gets dropped in our laps. Orders from on high, damned if I know the reason. Could be that they're changing the layout, eh? Preparing for the next big expansion. Your exchange with Dobbin has taught you about taking stock in Labyrinthos. Unless the unrevealed content interests me. Yeah, then, like, that's what it is for me, Gall. I want the whole thing now. Knowing that what I will play of Insect Glaive in the same beta, or the beta that's coming out, no, because I know that when the official game launches, I'll be jumping for joy, just like World, all over again. Any luck, Vance? What tales did the Gleaners have to tell you? If ADO lets you, yeah. ADOS has got you covered. So this grand operation began without warning, and for every item they bring in, they're sending more inventory somewhere else. That would explain the haggard faces I've been seeing. We were right, the Forum is definitely up to something, and they're turning Labyrinthos upside down in the process. Where the heck is it? Yeah. Yeah, like I didn't plan on doing Wilds like on stream, but I'm looking forward to it coming out, and then, like, you know, Sunday nights or whatever we line up to do it. We would do well to learn more of what specifically the Gleaners are being tasked to do, as well as who has asked them to do it. If you're game, Vance, I have an idea. Didn't one of the Gleaners you questioned say something about escaped marmots? Perhaps if you were to help him capture said creatures, he might be inclined towards a more friendly and enlightening conversation. In the meantime, I will turn my charms upon this Gleaner here. We can compare notes afterwards. Happy hunting. This dude's just standing here listening to be like, I'm gonna sweet talk this buffoon. He's like, we're friends. You and me. You're nice. It's like, yes, yes. Go back to sleep, simpleton. Yeah, you wanna do some Omega? I'm game. Let's grip it and rip it, Big Hoss. I'm ready. Whoa, look at the size of this guy up here. Can I go and attack that? That's like from The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Well, since Monster Hunter Wilds is cross-platform, just be aware if Bloody Shirley is in your group, just think of me. Can do, will do, dude. Faux show. I guess I didn't. Maybe I did know this. Maybe I didn't. I didn't know that it was cross-platform. That's great. That's friggin' awesome, man. Will it just be account bound? Either way, still rad. Super de duper. You do Fates while we queue? I'm game. It's rock and roll. But it keeps the game alive for so much longer. Right now, it's pretty hard to find people for some quests. Look at you, Mr. Whale Guy. Wilds is cross-platform, but not cross-save. And PlayStation is poo in that you need PS Online to play with others. Okay, so it's not cross-save. So then I would in theory, I wouldn't be able to play it on PC and then just be like, all right, now I'm going to go play on PS5. Take me away to TV land. Lesson 5, that's good. Yeah, we're good to go. We're fine. Noir, what's up, bud? Roger that, rubber ducky. It is kind of crazy to me that a sub for WoW, and we were even talking about Final Fantasy 11 like last week before, that to sub for Final Fantasy 11 is still like $12, 12 or 13 bucks, which is just like crazy to me. Excuse me. They're talking about wrapping it into 14 sub, which would be sick. That would be friggin' awesome, dude. 23 Noir. I had a bunch of people in line too, so don't worry about it. They hate us equally. We're gonna do some Omega. Omega Humunga Junga. What did I just see? Somebody's level. Oh, look at you, Noir. Level hundo. So we get a boost because we're rolling with a hot shot. Hell yes. Damn, it's a lot of XP too. Not been able to catch you much since you started Endwalker. Well, welcome in, duder. I know we didn't. Obviously, things didn't go as planned last evening. Oh, great, dude! Just had the lore dump. With Vitra, which is just so damn good. Look at you. What are you riding in? That looks like the thing Mr. Garrison makes in South Park when people sit on it. It's basically just thing right up their turd cutter. Yep, they had to operate it with their mouth. but yo, for real, Endwalker has been great so far. Yeah, that lore dump tonight was great. Real good. Yeah, look it up, Noir. It's pretty hilarious. It's from like one of the first, I don't know, like 5 or 6 seasons of South Park. Look at that thing. Just had some flashbacks. There was a Monster Hunter 10 and 4 collab. Behemoth got me real good. Oh yeah, we just did that for the first time last weekend. It was fun. It's good. Finally getting the hang of it. Felt good. Turd mouth on my not same sentences list. Yeah, it looks like the mount that you have in your seat just goes right up the old prison wallet. And then yeah, in order to drive it, like steer it, you have to like put your mouth on it and blow. It's made by Mr. Garrison, so you know, connect the dots. Any footage? No, we didn't do it on stream. We just World we've just been doing like on the weekends when I don't fall asleep like this last weekend. Again, quality time with the with my eyelids. I'm embarrassed. Oh, well, all right. What, dude? You have an Arcanine mount? I want that. Nostrin, I appreciate the vote of confidence. I did not do great. But we did, like, of the 5 or... I think we did it, like, 5 or 6 times that night. But we finally cleared... We cleared it twice, which felt good. Monkey, snake, tiger. Oh, I didn't realize. Oh, shoot. Okay, never mind. It's not Arcanine. Yeah, okay. That's a little bit of nightmare fuel, but it's okay. It's a new Japanese monster that's part monkey, tiger, and snake. Criterion dungeon mount. All right. Bro, less than 5 minutes? Come on. We need 2 tanks and 2 DPS. I'm an open book, dude. I don't care. It felt good to get it done, though. That's like all I wanted to get was my Draken gear set. And I got it, so now I've peaked. Officially. Telling you, man. No, no, why Walter flipped out as often as he did, man. I hear phantom sounds too. Whoa, no! Ah! That was one hit. I gotta go. I gotta go. Oh, because it's level 90. I should have seen the red. Red means dead. I'm sorry. Run away! Run away! I'm sorry. It's all my fault. It's a my bad. Literally a my bad. Where's the town guard? Come and save me. That was bad. I'm sorry. Yep, it was the old red, the red hunt mark, and I'm dumb. However, I will hustle up and do this here. Le Mascabra. Less than 5 minutes, my taint. Pulled a little bit of aggro, no biggie. Also have a Final Fantasy IV character, but that was from the very beginning in 2010. I wonder if this character will be relived. Could be. Did you make Cecil? Did you make Kane? Did you make Golbez? Golbez is kind of slept on as a good, like, Final Fantasy antagonist. You're talking in riddles? I got you. think Nastrin made... Oh, 14 Oh, okay, my bad. Yeah, I literally just saw the Final Fantasy IV, and I was just like, oh, did they make a character? All right. Oh, okay, yeah. Thank you, DC. You translated, and my brain is now happy. No, it's all good, dude. Dude, not that thing again. Fuck all that noise. Rude. Kind of sounds like the beginning of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. Average wait time is 8 minutes. It's already been 9:40. Why do they lie? Why does Master hurts us? It's gonna be around here somewhere. To the northeast, up the hill, perhaps. Maybe it's in the tower. Here it is. This game tells time as good as a local highway report knows the road condition. All guesses. I mean, that works for somebody like me, though. Not so much for the missus. She's like, nope, I need everything ironclad. Well, ironclad's overrated. Bubble pony. All guesses. Q Times hates us. Like, hates us a lot, not even a little bit. It's a $35 mountain? Wow, yikes. No tanks. Gonna say, I mean, that wouldn't surprise me. Well, like, honestly, I wouldn't be shocked if it really was like that expensive of a mount. Dude, I haven't either. Like, literal years. Like, before we moved into the house, so that's been... I think it was 2016? So 9 years? Coming up on 10, I think? It's definitely just been many moons. Many, 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 many moons. One of the DPS jumped out? That feels bad, man. Alright, well then, screw it. I'm just gonna keep doing story while we're at it. You wish to help me find the marmots? I've nothing suitable to pay you for your services, but if you're offering out of the goodness of your heart, I'd welcome the assistance. The name's Ehrenfeld, friend, specialist in the collection of live specimens. It said the capture of these Nanshan marmots is a trial I've no desire to repeat. Grizzled mice, they call them. You and your grizzled mice can wait. Damn. Oh. He's a real yapper. We have that in common. Your opponent's called Ulti Roy. Oh, dang. Shit, I'm in fuego. Do I touch it? Oh, shit. What was all that noise? Holy shit, there we go. That was a ton of noise. What the fuck is going on, man? Good lord. Healing from low HP does that for some reason? Oh, okay. Probably everyone's HP dropping to 1 and then Phil and I heal. Okay. Well done, my friend. We were lucky enough to witness every moment of your struggle via the Deltascape's various surveillance devices. I dare say we had a better view than you did. Gaining control over them was the extent of our accomplishments for this outing, though I suppose we did also learn your adversary's name. Rest assured, however, there will be plenty more such outings. Preliminary analysis suggests that there are 4 combatants in the Deltascape, all told, including your friend Alte Royd, which means you will be required to win 3 further bouts, the Deltas 2 to 4, in this test world alone. Needless to say, there are plenty more such worlds in the Rift, holding the remaining 85 subjects between them. Plainly, our host has gone to no small amount of trouble. Quite why it is so obsessed with determining the strongest being in another question. Omega seeketh to improve itself, to evolve. This was ever its primary directive. Through contending with mighty foes, it groweth stronger. Having vanquished the vile simulacrum you call Shinryu, a greater adversary was needed. In the absence of such a being, it had but to create one. So in the manner of self-improvement, it wants to make a new playmate, and it chose to undertake the task here to avoid outside interference, yes? In part. The making of life is not Omega's primary function. It bringeth complex beings into the corporeal realm only at great cost to itself. As such, it employeth this plane to test unfinished works, and it might determine a single entity worth of creation. If I understand you correctly, the moment Omega's grand experiment is complete, it will give birth to a creature mightier even than Shinryu, and then proceed to fight it. Gods help us all if a battle of that scale should come to pass. The powers unleashed would be enough to bring about another calamity. Assuming the dragon has the right of it, all test subjects must needs be works in progress. Say for ourselves, of course. But how often... but then how do we explain Alpha? As I recall, it manifested corporally outside of the rift. And again, it is hardly the most complex of creatures. Maybe it was finished by accident. It was just like... Don't you make fun of Alpha! He's a good boy, and if it hadn't been for him, we would all have been erased. He might not be strong, but he's brave and reliable and adorable. Changing subjects for a moment, Chief. After you lost track of Omega, you said you re-engaged its stasis systems, right? Meaning something somewhere isn't working like it should. I only ask because me and Wedge have done pretty much all that we can here, and we're wondering if it might be worth going to Cotino to look into it. That would be a great help. Nero and I can handle things at this end. We'll be off then. Don't do anything I wouldn't do, eh? And you be a good boy, Alpha. Do as you're told and look after Vance for me. We must pray that Biggs and Wedge are able to repair the stasis system. If they can't, we'll have little choice but to see Omega's experiment all the way to its bitter conclusion. A tall order, I concede, and one that would require you to prove yourself the mightiest being in creation. Well, we must hope for the best and plan for the worst, which is, in this case, means pressing on with the tests. Are you ready for the next foray? One moment, Chief. My analysis is yet incomplete, but it would seem Subject Delta 2 is capable of manipulating gravity. How fortunate, then, that I but recently chanced to assemble something which might mitigate its effects. An anti-gravity gimbal. May it serve you well. We put the gimbal in our key item pocket. Alpha appears eager to proceed. You may enter Delta, escape V2 whenever you're ready. I'm ready. Outside? Can do. Oh, to talk to him? No, that's just to get back in, right? Oh, shit! Oh. This is... Oh, okay. Isn't there a dungeon that we did that was involved with? No? Why do I feel like I've seen it before? Instant Pop feels awesome. Look at this friggin' thing, eh? This dude gets it. Fuck is that? Oh, it's the gimbal. Tentacles? Shit. Damn, that was a weird one. I got stoned. Oh, damn. Just launched. Hell yeah. That was neato. Hell yeah. We freaking cruised through that one too, man. Feels good. Oh no. God, no. A rousing performance made possible by my anti-gravity gimbal. Lest you wonder, you are not supposed to be able to descend of your own volition. The device worked quite as intended. It just wasn't intended for use on living. Well, let's just say it wasn't exactly its intended use. At any rate, that's another mighty foe laid low. And may I say that I had every faith you would succeed. Like, legit, I wanted the dip. So I didn't get stuck with it either, I'm sorry. I doubt we'll be hearing from Biggs and Wedge for a while yet. Shall we push on here in the meantime? Reliable as ever. Without further ado then, let us move things along. According to the analysis, your next opponent Delta 3 is a being named Halicarnassus. Halicarnassus, you say? The Queen of Dimension Castle? What's this? You know of her? You mean you don't? I suppose a blue-blooded brat such as you would have no interest in humble folk tales. It appears a lesson is in order. Halicarnassus is a character from an ancient fable. In the tale, she is one of the chief antagonists, and as such, things are wont to unfold. She meets her end at the hands of our heroes, incurably valiant youths not unlike our adventurer friend here. Literary historians have speculated that the tale could be loosely based on events which took place in the Fourth Astral Era, but little remains of that age, and there is no way to verify the claim. Indeed, most now assume the story to be a work of pure fiction. You mean to tell me that Omega is populating its grand experiment with fictional characters? 'Twould seem your understanding is yet lacking. Scant grasp have I, too, of that which men know and know not. Mark me, then, Omega hath no soul, no mind's eye in which to envision a rival. To bring forth new life, it must needs draw upon that which hath already been, its every creation being another's conception. This limitation is concealed by the breadth of its existence. It possesseth the means to retain the knowledge of its entire eras, and not only this reflection, yet it perceiveth not this knowledge as we do. Fact, fiction, the distinction holdeth no meaning for Omega. All is equal in its eyes. If a thing is logical, it can be created. That such a wondrous weapon should exist! It surpasses my wildest imaginings, and they were wild indeed. But I gather not everyone shares my excitement. What's the matter, Garland? Lost your nerve? Quiet, narrow. The adults are thinking. But mayhaps now is not the time. Van said he was ready to continue, and so am I. Let's deal with this Halicarnassus. He does that awkward, like... Yo, thanks, Myrtle. I'm trying to remember, because I remember it was just like a real low, like, not super raspy, but... I don't know, low, ancient dragon voice. You know what I mean? Like, that's it. Try to do my best low ancient dragon voice. Like, get it down as low as I can. For the fun of it. Oh, damn, that was almost. Excuse me. Oh. I have to build another. It's like a, I don't know what it's called. It's not like officially Lego, but it's like a Lego Pokeball. It's pretty dope. He's gonna put it on display, rightfully so. Oh, my journal expired. Oh, I forgot that's because it's today. Since this one's not instant, want to see if we can sneak in a fade or two? Yeah, for sure, man.
was gonna say, take me away to TV land. So after I finished Pokemon Black, I decided that I wasn't going to fire up Black 2 right away, and I dove back into Omega Ruby. Holy shit, man. Like, I know I talked about it in Black and how, like, the conversation just turned into, like, the older games most certainly made things more difficult. Like, other mons, other trainers, like, hit like a friggin' Mack truck. Omega Ruby, dude, it's like I feel like I sneeze on like an enemy mob, and it's just like done. I was like, oh, all right, well that was good. Shoot, did you get credit for that? Yeah, I'm just sitting in the shade. Stay in the shade where I don't get sunburnt. You said that I sure am, dude. Yeah, me and the sun don't have a very healthy relationship. I'm not a fan of the sun. Burns the shit out of me, makes me hot, sweaty, and miserable. The only thing that can get sunburnt in your armor is yeah, that's true. I just gotta look to the sky. Like, what are you doing? I'm just trying to get like the area right here tanned. You know what I mean? Just like, it's my suntan. Ah, yes, the old helmet tan, as it were. Yeah, IRL sucks. There's times in my life where I am absolutely, admittedly miserable, grouchy, unhappy human being. When it's really, really hot, like outside during the summer, no air conditioning, hot, hot heat. Awful. Hate it, hate it, hate it. Being out in the sun, it's god-awful. When I'm overtired, which happens from time to time, for sure, super grouch. Or when I'm very, very hungry, the hanger kicks in. That and, you know, from time to time dealing with stupid fucking customers at work. And by stupid customers, I mean ones like, tell me what 8 pounds is going to be like. What? Yeah. Like, how much? No, how much is 8 pounds? Like, weight-wise? No, how much? Like, price-wise? No, how much? Okay, cool. I'm the fuck out of here, because I've had enough of you. I am done with the 8-pound person. Forget it. No mas. Yeah, that was a legit conversation around the holidays. What's 8 pounds? Yeah, it was a very specific experience. It certainly was. It was god-awful. The epitome of stupidity. Yeah, it was. It was very specific, and it was very aggravating. And, like, the person had the gall to just, like, get pissed at me like I'm the idiot because they're not able to articulate what it is they're trying to ask. And then, like, walk away shaking their heads. It's like, bro. Like, I don't know. Like, figure your shit out. Find out exactly what it is you're trying to ask me, and then we'll figure it out. Like, Jesus Christ, man. What are we doing? Should have upsold my 15 pounds worth and said, yeah, 8 pounds. Dude, I was just over it. Just so over it. I was like, I'm out of here. Get me out of here. It's the holidays. I'm tired and I got to deal with stupid. Like, just stupid on a very, very stupid level. Or like I had this one lady on Christmas Eve. I'm just trying to get, like, everything cleaned up. Lady goes, I'm looking for, like, a chuck pot roast. And I go, yeah, sure. I go, they're out there. I go, I'll show you where they are. And I go out there, and I show her where they are. And she goes, that's not a chuck pot roast. I just went, okay. And I just turned around, and I left. I was like, I'm not doing this. I'm not. Then, like, thankfully, my store manager just got to get a kick out of it. I was just like, I'm just not doing it, dude. Like, I'm just not. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not to, prop myself up. It's, I've been a butcher. This is year 21. 21 years I've been doing this. Okay, I kind of know what I'm talking about for the most part. It would be like me going anywhere. Something that I'm not knowledgeable on. And then asking a question and then having the person that's knowledgeable on it be like, this is what it is. And I'd be like, no, it's not. They're like, sure thing, Chief. So I felt ordering just 6 pounds of shaved corned beef to make Reubens. Oof. Yo, Reubens are nummy. Very, very yummy. Although I will admit, the last Reuben I had, I think it was after St. Patty's Day last year. We were somewhere. We're out to eat somewhere because it was like after, I think it's like after some kind of somebody passed away, so it was after services. And the spot we went to, I was like, oh shit, dude. I was like, they got a Reuben right on. And I got a Reuben, but I was just like, it wasn't good. Like they didn't do well. When I make ramen, I always have to ask them to get pork belly for you. Yeah, see, like my location, we don't have the clientele for it. So if we were to bring in pork belly, we would just bring it in to throw it away. So it would just be a loss. Other locations I've worked at though, dude, there's been locations I've worked at where we sold everything. All the offals. Lips, hips, snoots, you name it. Pork belly was big at a location I worked at for like the longest time in my career. Sold a ton of it. They just put in a new... Oh. They just put in a... I mean, it's not new. It's been there for a little while. Look at this thing. Look at that barding. It's pretty dope. A new faux restaurant near us, which I would love to go to. We used to have a really good, we had a really good Asian market, which was like 10 minutes from us. But the strip that it was on, it burnt down.
and it burnt down like 2 years ago, and it took them forever to like rebuild it because I'm sure it was insurance related. But once they rebuilt the strip, the Asian market's just not there anymore, unfortunately. It's a super bummer. Bummer for sure. They sold durians there too, and I was like, I'm gonna get me a durian. Then I just never followed through, and the place burnt down. And how many am I at? I gotta be over 150 at this point. 155. And where is the... Ooh. No, on the shared fate menu. Where is it under? Travel? I'm at 5 of 6. Oh, so you have to do all 6? You can't just farm, like, say, the same fate over and over? Damn. This queue time is absolute doo-doo caca. Come to think of it, there was a good there's a good restaurant right near that Asian market too. Had like probably the best hot and sour soup I've ever had. At this spot called the Mandarin. That was the name of the restaurant. Bomb hot and sour soup, so good. Delish. Now I really want some hot and sour soup. Damn, dog. Gimme, gimme. Ew. Oh, okay. Because then... Oh, I get it. I didn't realize that there were ranks associated with it. Stepchild? I get it. I'd hope to get the first 4 done, but at this rate, we'll have to stop at 3. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, dude. It's all good. No problemo. Some tenderloin? Yeah, dude. Look at that speed. It's a wonderful thing. Average time, 15 minutes. My butt. Fates here without flying really suck. Yeah, they are not swell. Oh, there's that one right behind us. Perfect. Good, now we can do it. Hello, Froggy. Oh yeah, I'm sure it is because of the time. The old time zones. It's like the ultimate endgame boss. Can you do Omega with NPCs? Like how you would do a regular dungeon, or does it have to be with the really dealio? Gotta be with real peoples. The realest of the real. Maybe someday. It seems like little by little they, you know, like let's call that, maybe that's something that they'll do once they incorporate Shadowbringers into like the free demo. You know what I mean? We're already up to Stormblood. Give it another couple years and they're gonna roll Shadowbringers right into that too. You know? We'll get there. We'll get there. What time is it? It's 11:50. Yeah, I think we're just gonna. They've been doing really good about adding NPC supports. I mean, I used them for, I think, like 1 or 2 dungeons. Like, I was pleasantly surprised. Actually, I think it was the Google Library, now that I think about it. The great Google Library. Oh, I have to go through more Endwalker MSQ for that. My man says, time to cheese it. Oh, or we just what? Huh? Guess not. You win this time. Oh, no. That's... I guess whatever the cheese was, we didn't get it. At least that's how I take it. What were you trying to do? Just queue us up?
Excuse me. What's the cheese? Oh, wise one. I'm gonna go in unsync and let Noir's level 100 ass kill it. Ooh, that would have been dope. The game said nay, though. It was like, nah. Not for you, boss. I mean, I'm good with it. Unless we can get us... If we can do it, then for show. Noir, we have faith in you. You have 100 levels. You have 100 levels. We only have 84 and 87, respectively. Noir, I hope you've got broad shoulders to carry such a large backpack to pull us through. What fools are those who have entered my domain? No matter, you shall remain here for my pleasure. Oh. Pardon me, madam. Yeah, I mean, if we... Look at you. Them twin blades. Yeah, if it doesn't work, we can just try it again tomorrow. I believe in you. Dude, all the live long day. You kidding me? We got this. Maybe. I was gonna say, I don't know how. Look at that, dude. We just cleared that easy peasy. All thanks to you, Noir. We had nothing to do with it. Drazuma was good, my guy. I really wanted to play this game, but I can't MMO anymore. I get too absorbed. Same. That's why I can't just, like, casually play this. It's like, I just have to... It's this and nothing else. Myrtle, look, don't give me too much credit because I have for sure screwed it up and like not jumped where I wanted to. So, you know. Going in and getting frogged. I'm glad you're safe, Vance. For a moment there, I feared you might croak. Forgive me, you deserve better than that. Thanks to you, we are but one victory away from clearing the Deltascape. Take as much rest as you need, old friend. You've earned it. Thank you, sir. But Draz, if there's one MMO I would recommend if you're in it for some good story, man, if you need, like... This is where it's at, dog. The next battle was Subject Delta 4, this test world's final resident. From what I've been able to gather, your opponent is, and I quote, a great tree born of an agglomeration of evil will, which assumes the form of a dark mage, all of which I suggest you ignore. His name is Exdeath, and he plays the role of chief antagonist in another ancient tale. Though I was unable to glean the specifics of his abilities, he appears to command the power of the Void, as indeed the story states. When I first encountered the work, I naturally assumed said power to be a metaphor of sorts, but I'm quite sure Omega will have interpreted it as something more tangible.
Alas, no amount of analysis can tell us what may happen when X-Death calls upon the power of the Void, which is to say, beware. Tell me something, Nero. What happens at the end of the tale? Why, good triumphs over evil and the heroes defeat X-Death, of course. What did you expect? You to be full of shit? I expected exactly that, which is precisely what troubled me earlier. If the heroes won, why did Omega Norton make them its test subjects? If it seeks to determine the strongest being, why would it bother with those who were defeated? One moment, Link Pearl. Biggs! At the control room, are you? What news? I see. Very well, I'll tell the others. You two take care over there. Sorry for the interruption, that was Biggs. He reports that stasis system shows every sign of being engaged, despite the fact that it clearly isn't. It can only be a malfunction. While we're able to turn it off, it would seem the reverse is not possible. The system may have taken damage during the calamity. Does it look like it can be repaired? Why do I feel like Nero is up to something? Hard to say. They tell me it seems complex even by Allegan standards. While they may be able to fix it, there's no telling how long it might take. Well then, we should just keep on fighting the good fight here, must we not? Nero has the right of it. At this time, focusing on X-Death would seem to be our only recourse. The Chocobo certainly has no objections. Come then, I would see you follow in the footsteps of heroes of the tale. Maxed out 11, which was hard as fuck, but loved the story in it. Dude, I loved 11 because it was a ton of fun. Just needed to make sure to access it so I can at least go back to get out and then teleport. I loved 11 for not much the story per se. It was mostly just for like the camaraderie. Like because I played it with friends that I was in school with and then like meeting their friends that they had met online, and I don't know, man, something about gaining XP and then if you die, like losing XP. Yeah, it was something about that, like that mechanic that I thoroughly enjoyed. I mean, I don't know, it was just something about like you needed to be halfway decent so you just didn't like cost like your teammates, you know what I mean? Yeah, getting your ship license, feeding your Chocobo to get your Chocobo license, that took a ton of time. X-Death and all the bosses we faced so far are from 5. See, I never played 5. 5 was the one that had, like, the advanced job system, I think. Me and pals playing through 11 so we can point and gawk at the references in the new 14 raids, and it's been a blast. Dude, but yeah, man. 11 was a good time, dude. For realsies. Big time funds. A lot of work. A lot of work went into it. Even like Drazuma just said. To get your ship license, to get your why did I just press that? To get your Chocobo license, dude, it was a long process, but worth it in the end. Let's go and see. Yeah. I don't know, man. Like, how about... Oh. Mr. JRPG's doing Oath. I mained a red mage, so I was red mage, white mage. to Mr. JRPG we go. Hey, fam. Thank you guys very much for a great start to the week. Phil, Noir, everybody. Thanks for boogieing down. I appreciate it. And yeah, man, we'll get after more of this tomorrow, and then yeah, man, we'll keep on keeping on with more of what we did tonight. More story, more fates, etc., etc. But we'll get after it, dude. So I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time zone it is for you tomorrow. But be good, stay happy, stay healthy, stay excellent. We'll see you guys. Bye.